Hello, my friends. John LaRuffa here with another Straight Up Solo. In this episode, we are going to take a look at Endeavor Deep Sea. I'm going to show you how it plays from a solo standpoint, play around, and then let you know what I think about it. All right, let's get started. Okay, folks, and as usual, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And if you have, I do really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. All right, so this is the last round of a solo game. Now, in a solo game, you play as one explorer over here. You have one explorer board. You'll play 7 rounds instead of 6. And in this game, you are trying to accomplish 4, 5, 6, or 7 of the objectives to win. And it depends on the level that you're playing on. So for instance, I'm going to play on beginner because I've been slaughtered already on beginner. And so I want to accomplish 4 objectives. Well, what are the 4 objectives? There are 3 objectives that are fixed per the scenario, plus a scoring objective that if you score at least 20 points, then you would get 1 objective. However, you don't score any points in the solo for moving up these tracks. So you do score for everything else normally, but not for moving up these tracks like you would in a multiplayer game. So you've got those 4, plus you have 3 that are randomly dealt out over here, and they're 3 from 6. Okay, so there's a possible 6 other random objectives that you might, or goals that you might experience, but really these are not too varied since there's only 6. You kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. Now, each round, you're going to deal out one of these cards. So round 1, 2, and 3, by the 3rd round, you know all the objectives you're trying to accomplish. For rounds 4 through 7, you have to deal out a setback card. Now, a setback card basically forces you to do something, to move, to remove, something like that, that kind of just adds a little bit of randomness and kind of goofs up a perfect plan, okay? So what are you trying to do in this game? Well, you are basically trying to explore and document and discover and interact with all these different sea tiles. And in the beginning of the game, you will be set up in some little situation here, like it shows, based on your scenario and your mission. There are 10 missions in the game, and I'll just show you a different mission, even though I'm playing mission 1. Here's mission 4, where it tells you specifically what you have to do. It says set these cards up, these exact ones, 1 random one here, and then get yourself squared away over here with how I start. And then it will have 3 unique objectives to that mission, okay? So in this case, let's see, I don't know what it is exactly, but it looks like you've got to do some conservation at these depths over here. It looks like you're going to try to put in some different discs and vessels in these areas over here in columns A and E, not in the center, and then here discovering really deep. So that is completely different than the first mission, where you basically seem to have one of everything you can choose from. You can get points for doing sonar, you can get points for journals, you can get points, and I should say objectives, pardon me, because while they are points, you're really trying to accomplish the co-op amount here too. They give you a threshold that you have to do. So for instance, I have to have 8 sonar discs to be able to claim this goal. And right now, going into the last round, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 placed. So I have to have 3 more. Another objective I would have to do is I have to have 5 of these journal cards played, okay? And I do have 5 over here, so I've already accomplished that. So at least I have 1 of the 4 I'm trying to get. And they vary, okay? So the way you're going to do this is every turn is, or every round is going to be similar in the fact that the first thing you do is you reveal your setback card. It says each player chooses 1. Reduce your lowest attribute by 2, or flip a senior specialist to its junior side. Do not gain any bonus, immediate bonus if there is a action discount, or return it to your supply. Well, I think I'm going to flip this to the junior side because as it is, I'm not using this particular interaction one where I'm conserving at this point. So I'm going to flip it back. That'll actually give me a little bit. It's basically inconsequential. So these setbacks are not major. They're just enough to kind of goof up what you're trying to do. But that one did not really affect me so much. So good, because I don't need any more problems. Okay, then I must recruit based on my ability over here, which actually puts me all the way over. I can recruit any of these different specialists. Now, because I need to, one of my objectives here is to maximize my reputation and inspiration, I'm going to get this one right here because I can afford it with my reputation being maximized. And then I get 3 inspiration for taking this card. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to get 3. 1, 2, 3. And because I passed this spot or landed on it, I get one of these achievement tokens. I think that's what they're called. And I get to put it anywhere I want. Well, I want to put it here because I need to try to score some points because I'm trying my best to score at least 20 points. So putting it on that board over here, the yellow scores me 1 point per space. The orange is 2 points. I'll never get over there right now because I haven't been really focusing heavily on it. But at least that's a point, and it also gives me 1 DNA sample that I can use for perhaps doing something else, but that's not going to be part of my plan. All right. Now that I've done that, I basically have to go through each of these spots here. So I will gain 5 action tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I can return 3 action tokens for my cards. So the ones I don't return, they're basically stuck there. And so I told you I need sonar. Well, that's 2 sonar right there, which is going to be very helpful. I'm going to use that as a matter of fact right here to deal with that. So let's go ahead and return this one for sure, this one, and I doubt I'm going to use that. I'm going to probably flip it. So let's just return this. Okay. Now, I have a bunch of action tokens that I can use, and the reason I got 3 is because my token over here is at the 3 level. The reason I earned 5 to start was this was at the 5 level. This is my movement. This allows me to move up to 3 spaces, and that includes going to a depth of 3. So this is a depth of 1, 2, and I'm going to be able to go deeper on 3. And I'm going to show you that because that's definitely going to happen. Now I can take these out of play because I've already gotten all the setbacks I need. So the first thing I'm going to do, I said, is I'm going to take this action right here, and I'm going to get the 2 sonar tiles. I'm going to put 2 of them right here. And what this is going to allow me to do, we'll do one at a time. I get to choose a sonar of a depth of 3 or more right here. I get to choose, 2 tiles. So I'm exploring the ocean with my sonar. So I'm going to reveal these 2 tiles. I'm going to look at them. And so what I'm looking for here is, what do I get when I explore it? Like when I first discover it. What would I get if I arrive in it, in this case over here? And then what are all the things I can do if I go to it and interact with it? Because this is the last turn of the game, most likely I'm not even going to really get down there and get deep into there. However, I might want to do this one just for good measure here. It's possible that I'll want to interact with that. So I'm going to put this one back, and it goes at the bottom of the pile. And then I'm going to, since I discovered it here, I'm going to add 2 to my engine, 1, 2, which, because I moved past this spot right here, I will get another explorer or submarine, whatever you want to think about it. And then I will put 4 dive tokens on here. And these dive tokens basically allow you to dive and get a either or reward in most cases. For instance, I have 1 dive token right here that I got at a previous round. I can spend it either to get 3 DNA, which I can use, come on camera, which I can use to either conserve, which is how you pay for these conserve spots, or I can use it for the journal, or I can spend it to do a dive where one of my ships are. Now, because I have a goal over here that says fully interact with 4 spaces. So in order to get this done, I have to do, I have to complete 4 actual cards on here. Well, I've completed 1, 2. This one's almost complete. It will be complete when I do the second one over here. So I just pick 1 more and I can accomplish that goal, which is kind of why I took that. So let's go ahead and do that other sonar action now and see what we get. We're going to do a depth of 3 again. And we'll see. And you know what? I'll do a depth of 4 just for good measure, even though I'm not going down there because I'm pretty much going to go here. I can get there. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at 2 of these. So here we have, okay, this gets me more actions from a disc, another one of these DNA. This is better though, because this is going to help me. Yeah, let's see. How many more do I need? I want to make sure I don't run out of action tokens. 1, 2. I think I'm going to take this one because I like the fact it gives me reputation, which I'm going to need. Plus, it's going to help me get some more points. So let's put this over here. And as you can see, this board evolves, which is very cool. You've got a lot of different tiles in here. There are actually, tons and tons of tiles that you can interact with. There's 5 different depths, and there's probably, I don't know, 20 or so tiles. I'm making that up. I'm not sure exactly how many. There's plenty to interact with. So a lot of evolving things. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, so I put this down here. So that means I move my marker for inspiration up 1, 2, because I accomplished that again. It wraps back around and I get a achievement token, which I will use right away to get another point, because I'm hopefully going to score some points here. And that also, we'll put this up here. Okay, so that was 2 of those, plus another achievement token because of the other board reward there. That achievement token will score me another point, but it also gives me another action disc. And as you can see, this game is all about little bitty rewards, a little bit here, a little bit there. And it's a lot of fun because of that. I like games that give me little rewards as I play. Okay, so that was just one action, right? I have all these other actions to do. Let's try something else. Let's see. So I've completed this card completely. I need to move down here. Well, in order to move down there, I have to have a pilot token, but the only one I have is this wild token from Team Leader. However, earlier in the game, I unlocked this, which allows me to spend a token to move and actually go to a depth even deeper. Oops, I should have put on some, hang on. Should have put 3 of these here and 3 of these here. All right, so I think what is going to be the easiest thing to do? So if I move over here, I'm definitely going to be able to play more sonar tokens. I've got my 8 that I need though. This one's going to require 4 dives and 2 sonar tokens. And when I look at how many dive actions I have, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be doable. And I guess I have sonar. That's probably the smartest thing to do. I never put my dive tokens out there accidentally from around before. So let's go ahead and do that, because I did not exhaust them. So I'm going to put that token, like I talked about, right here. And I'm going to actually move this guy over here. When he moves there, he arrives. We get one of these because of the arrival bonus. So you actually do get different things for moving. Oh, you know what, though? I just had a change of heart. Because here, I only have to do 3 conserve actions. And I happen to have 1, 2, and 3 conserve actions. I'll actually move down here instead. I still get that same arrival bonus. It happens to be the same. And I need 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, I happen to have 9. So that's okay. I can do these things and demonstrate what goes on there. So for instance, I can play this token right here. I could take a dive token, but I'm not in a spot that has a dive token. So I will do the conserve action. And in order to do the conserve action, I basically take one of my tokens and I place it. Oh, I might run out. This might not work. Well, we're going to see. All right, I'm going to put it over here. So that lets me, I have to spend 2 of these. And I will go, it says 1 to 3. All right, so we're going to look at 3, which is this one right here. Now, hopefully I get one that gives me a bonus. Oh, bummer. So neither of these give me a bonus I'm looking for. I'm going to take this just again to get 2 of these. 1, 2, which will give me another one of these achievement tokens. Calling them achievement tokens, I hope they are. So that's 2 more points. So I'm actually doing pretty well there. All right. And so that was that turn, and I don't have anything else I could do with him. Now, the next thing I could do is try to conserve again. Yeah, I think I'm going to run a little bit short on tokens if I don't get lucky. So I'm going to conserve again. I'm going to put this there. Oh, that is going to be such a bummer. So 1 to 3, I could choose. I'll choose the 3. Here's 2. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe, we'll see. All right. So I put that there. I need to spend 2. 1, 2. And then I'm going to do another 3. I'm going to do 3 of these. Not 3 of these, pardon me, 2 of these. Oh, sweet. All right, I got lucky. See? So I get one of the discs I'm looking for. Come on, camera. I get an extra disc for putting that there. Awesome. So I'm going to pick up an inspiration, engine thing, and then another one of these tokens. Fantastic. So then for my final action, I'll use my team leader, who will be able to do this one. Now, when I place it here, I'm gonna unlock a bunch of linkage bonuses. I'm gonna move this over 1. I'm gonna get 3 tokens. 1, 2, 3. I do have to spend 4 of these, but I'm okay. I got them. And then I get to place 3 of these tokens. So hopefully, with all these token placements, I'm gonna score enough. I'm gonna score 20 points to get what I need to. So that's 2, 4, and if I put it here, that's another one, and I get 1 more activation token. Is there anything that I could do to help me with 1 more activation token? Well, I can move again. Oh, well, actually, I activated this. Now, what does that mean? I've completed all these. That says, they do give you a handy explanation sheet if I can find. Okay, when you conserve at any of these sites, you may take a travel action away from the zone. Oh, I see. So when I conserve in any of them, well, okay, fine. I just conserved. Now I'm taking a travel action away, and I'm going to get 1 more of these, which is good because it'll give me another 1 of these tokens. So you can see how it's a bunch of stringing different things along. By the way, this last turn has been unbelievably powerful. It's so funny because you start the game, and it's very, very slow to begin as far as you do a little turn, you do another turn, you do another turn. It's not until you get to turns like 5, 6, and 7 when you start to really get stuff done. It almost feels impossible to accomplish these goals from turns 1 to 4. Okay, so I have 1 more activation disc. Is there anything else that I could do? And I don't think there is, unless there is some type of bonus I'm not seeing. So for good measure, I'll just go here and I'll do, well, I can't really do anything because I don't have anything else. So I'm just going to pass. It's just I'm just going to pass. Okay, so now that I've passed, the game is effectively over. Let's see how many of these goals I've actually accomplished. So this one, esteemed, I think I got it. So I need to have at least 22 in my reputation and inspiration. Well, I happen to be at, oh, that is unfortunate. Okay, so you know what I need to do no matter what? I need to move to get 1 more reputation because that wraps around and it kind of goes back. And I don't know if that really will do one thing or another, but I'm going to do this because that'll at least give me, now I'm at 22. So I'm actually at 23. I was already, let's see, I was at 11. All right. Yeah. No, I'm at 22 exactly. So I know I've accomplished this. So boom, that's 1 objective down. Now, completed, being thorough. I need to have 4 of these that are completely done. So that's 1 here, 2. Oh, that is not done. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so I didn't do a journal action. Well, that is unfortunate. So I only have 3, so I did not get this done because I didn't do that 1 journal action. Well, that's a bummer. I don't think that there's any good way to back that up. Anyway, so I didn't get that done. Zones with at least 1 player token. This would have been 11 zones. I know I don't have that because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So that wasn't done. Conservations, I only put 3 of those down. That's not done. The journal, though, I did do. So I have this and this. So I have 3. So the only way I'm going to win is if I get the 20 points. Let's figure out how many points I've got. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then I get 1 point per disc out there. So that, yeah, I definitely got it. That's 21. And then my journals, it's 1 point per journal. So that's 5 more. Okay. So I did get that. So in fact, I won, which is good because I got blown out of the water in my other games. So that's cool. So anyway, you can see exactly what you're trying to do. And I won on the beginner level by the skin of my teeth. I almost, because of that little error, I almost had 5 goals. To win, to like be the, super hard, you have to get all 7, which would be really, really tough. So anyway, let me tell you what I think about it. So Endeavor Deep Sea is all about the joy of the little rewards. It's about, I go here, I get this little thing. I go there, I get that little thing. I go here, I activate this. I explore here, I get those bonuses. It is a cornucopia of small little rewards that add up to big things. And I love that. I love that mechanism. And I didn't know, first of all, this game wasn't even on my radar until I saw some information on it on Facebook. And so some of those folks that have been very generous to me in their comments and their call outs have said to me, you really need to check out this game. And so I did. And boy, am I glad I did. All right, this game is a very, very fun puzzle of a game to play from a solo standpoint. Being able to do the objectives is an interesting kind of challenge every time. Now, the one that I played, that first scenario you saw there, allows you to basically do whatever you want because you pretty much can score for all sorts of different things. But the other different missions change it to be much more like focused on like, okay, you got to work on this kind of thing or work on that kind of thing. So I love that there's 10 missions in this game, but the first one is very open. It's just basically like pick, it's sandboxy, right? Figure out what you want to do and go do it and explore it and enjoy it. And I think that's really cool because if you ever just want to play a very open game, then you can play mission 1. But the other ones are very specific on what they want you to do, and it changes the puzzle, which is super fun. I love that. I also appreciate the ramp up of the engine in this game. This game is really exponential. So those first couple of turns, because you don't have a lot of guys, you don't have a lot of this, you don't have a lot of explored, they're just kind of small things. But there is so much more to take a look at as you get more specialists and then you can promote them, which is really cool too. And I didn't really call this out, but there is a ton of different specialists in this game. So all of these are these 4 columns here. Yeah, these 4 columns here are all the same. You can get multiple of the ones you want, but all these are different. You shuffle these every time, and when you flip those over to promote them, they help you with scoring. I actually didn't do that this game because I just didn't have the need to. I got a lot done on that task board at the very end. I will say this, you have to be laser focused on what you're doing. Dabbling a little bit here, dabbling a little bit there, you'll basically accomplish nothing. And so just like the old classic Euro game, you can't get distracted by all the glitz and glam of different things that you can do. You've really got to hone in and say, these are the kinds of things I'm going to spend my game doing. And I appreciate that because it changes what could be a point salad game into a focused game based on, all right, figure it out, decide what you want to do and go for it. And don't get distracted. Don't kind of try. You can only be able to do so many things. Now it is, if you want to try for the legendary 7 goals, you have to do everything. And that is one heck of a puzzle. I mean, I think that is going to be extremely difficult to do. But, that's what it's all about. So this game has a ton of things to offer from a solo standpoint. A lot of stuff that I really like. I didn't show too many of these contract cards because I had already completed them, but they're interesting in themselves. So when you fulfill one of these or journal entries, not contract cards, but journal entries, when you do this, you get the bonuses, you might get some points. They allow you to do some different actions. They help you promote people. They just bring in another layer of variety. And it is really cool to see how many different ocean tiles you're going to see that are going to be different as you go deeper, as you go wider. There's just a lot of variety in what you're doing. Now, the game itself, once you've learned it, I feel like this is one of these games, like once you learn it, you'll know it forever, which I really appreciate because as you can see behind me, I have a big collection. And I love being able to pull a game out and just doing a quick brush up and being ready to get back into it. But this game, because the rule set itself is very succinct and simple, it's just understanding that simple turn progression and then you've got it. But it provides a ton of depth and breadth. There's lots of things you could focus on. You can go really deep on them. And so I think that is really cool. So I definitely think from a solo gamer standpoint, if you like puzzles, this is going to be a good one. Now, you're not playing against an automa. So for me, I love it. I love playing games solo that don't need an automa because that means I can completely focus on myself. I don't mind automas. First of all, let me be very clear about that. I love the ability to play against simulated virtual opponents because it helps me play so many games I wouldn't be able to do. But in this game, you don't need to do that. You just play against the puzzle. And I have a very special place in my heart for puzzle games. I've always liked them. I just like figuring that out. So if that's you, this is the game for you. If you want to play against an automated opponent or whatever, this game does not offer that at all. You do not want to explore this. But I think it does what it does extremely well, and I have very high marks on it, and it is extremely fun. By the way, it's also pretty quick. You really can wrap this up 30 to 45 minutes, especially when you know what you're doing. It is not a long game. You do have to have a lot of space on the table, though, because it just expands, right? It goes wide, it goes deep, and so you better have a big table, but that's no big deal. If you really don't have a big table, you can always play on the floor. Anyway, really, really high marks for Endeavor Deep Sea. I highly recommend it if you like solo puzzle games. This one is for you. And if you want to play it co-op, you can play it in the exact same way co-op with multiple people, or you can play multiplayer for just a regular scoring game where you're going to just play for scores and not for goals. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, everybody. I hope this is helpful for you. And as I always say, whatever you do in the future, I really hope you have a fantastic time doing it. Take it easy now.